Welcome back, guys, to another video of on Yankees Den. This is your host Lorenzo Scarabino. So before tomorrow's series, I know that the Yankees didn't have a game today, but before tomorrow's series, I would like to go over a few things, probable matchups, who's going to be starting the three-game series, and where we are in the standings right now, currently as we stand, and what we could expect within the next couple months with the trade deadline looming. Some tweets coming out by Joel Sherman that I want to go over, and really just talk about the June swoon as well, as I mentioned in the title today. So, first things first, a big thing today that we have to go over is the Rays losing in extra innings to the Detroit Tigers. And that means that the Yankees are now one game back since first time since May 10th. They are one game back of the AL East, which is huge. We've closed the gap. And I think this is the month where we can really take off and run away with this division if we avoid the June swoon, like I stated in the title. Now, going over that in a little bit, tomorrow is the first game of three games against Cleveland at home at 7 o'clock. Is the first game on Yes, and our first matchup is going to be Castillo versus Cam Schlittler. So that's going to be a great matchup, I think. I've watched Cantillo pitch numerous times. He's a good, pretty decent lefty, and he's got some good stuff. He's got some ride on his fastball, some life on there. And also, Cleveland develops amazing pitchers, and they all seem to come out good. So, yeah. So tomorrow we have Joey Cantillo going and Cam Schlitter going game one, which would be a great matchup. It's a good lineup for Cam Schlitter to face because they're scrappy as well. They have Jose Ramirez in their lineup, Kyle Manzardo, Stephen Kwan isn't playing great too. So, but it's still a great lineup to match up against their scrappy team, like some of the teams that we face in the AL East. So it'll be a great matchup. And then looking forward to game two, we have Gavin Williams versus Garrett Cole. And then we have Rodon versus Sassoni. In game three, the final game of the series in New York, in the Bronx. And this is a series where you can sweep. You have Cam Schlittler, you have Garrett Cole, and you have Carlos Rodon. You're ultimately top three starters with Max Fried out on the IL right now. So this is a very good spot for the Yankees to be in. You got to hope the Rays keep on losing and the Yankees go on a little run here, avoid this June swoon, get on a roll. And if they avoid this, swoon, then they could take sole possession of first place, and I think they could run away with it. The division right now in June, even though it's so early, they could run away with it right now because they're still up on the Blue Jays and the Orioles. Also, moving forward, going on from talking about the Guardian series and stuff like that. During this Guardian series, I know we've talked about Aaron Judge a lot, but I really want to touch on something real quick. And I really want to see him maybe tap into what he's been the next few years in this series. I want to see it start coming alive in June. Warmer weather's coming. I want to see him start getting into a little bit of groove, working better at bats, not swinging at stuff out of the zone, not striking out, putting the ball in play, which is what we want from Aaron Judge, of course, and hitting home runs and driving in runs. He's been driving in runs, but he's been getting out too and not getting on the base paths that frequently. No, not much multi-hit games. So I want to see that more. I want to see him hit some home runs and the strength come back and him really just start to show, what he's capable of. Or maybe we just have to accept the reality that this is the Aaron Judge we're going to be getting for the next few years, and this is the decline, and it's here, and we just gotta accept it, which is crazy because he still has a 900 OPS. So it's not like it's terrible, but when he's not producing at his level, the way our lineup is constructed for him to produce at that level, it hurts us a little bit. But with Ben Rice coming alive, it shouldn't be too big of a problem. And also, on the topic of Aaron Judge, I want to bring up a question. I want to form a question. I want you guys to answer in the comments. Let me know your opinions. But do we think that Aaron Judge's elbow from last year is bothering him still? Because we've seen the numbers, his swing is slower than last year. So, is that elbow playing a factor? And he hasn't been hitting as many home runs as of late. So is it irritating him a little bit? What's going on? Did the WBC route like mess him up? Like we saw with Tatis, hasn't he just hit a home run yesterday, his first home run of the season? So I want to get your guys' thoughts on that. Is he playing through an injury? What's going on? Excuse me, with Aaron Judge. So that's something that I would keep an eye on. I think he's good, but I just want to pose that question because what if he's playing through an injury? We got to be careful of that. Look into that. I'm just going to be aware of that and keep my eye on it. But I really want to see him start taking his stride and, showing why he's the Yankees captain. Even if he's not doing it on the field, I know we had a talk with the team, said something in the dugout the other yesterday in the series finale against the Athletics, because the first two innings they were dead. So he said some words. He said post game two, and it got him going. And in that third inning, 11 hits, 13 runs. We went over that. So even though he's not hitting and producing, he's still being the captain off the field, which is what you want from Aaron Judge. So going past that, we are going to come to the conclusion of this video, and the reason why you are all here is the June swoon. The title of this video: can the New York Yankees survive the June swoon this year? Now, I just want to bring up something. Under the Boone era, the June swoon has been a thing, and I think only a thing that I can remember under Boone. Under Girardi, I didn't remember no June swoon. We just had some bad stretches, but no June swoon. Now, since Boone has been the manager every year, June, end of May, which I was a little worried beginning of May, but we finished out May 16-12, which is pretty good. So with June every year that Boone has been manager, we seem to go into this funk into July as well, and riding into the deadline, and then we make some moves, and we kind of coast into the playoffs, and you know how the Yankees front office feels about that. They think it's a crapshoot, like they've said numerous times, Brian Cashman. But I really think that we have to survive this June soon, and I think this year's team is a little different. The guys we brought back, Bellinger, Grisham, we still have Max Fried, Carlos Rodon coming back, Garrett Cole, Schlittler taking his next step, and I think that we have a lot more chemistry and a lot more to get past the June swoon. And I don't think that we will run into it. We have the Guardians and then we have the Red Sox. So these next two series are going to prove a lot and see if we're going to survive this June swoon. But I believe we can. But, and if they do, then the AL East is definitely for sure ours. So with that, you know, give me your comments. Do you think the Yankees survive the June swoon, or do you think they get beat by it again and they fall out? They stay below first place while the Rays are playing bad. And do the Blue Jays maybe come up this month if the Yankees go into a June swoon and start getting closer to second place and first place? What do we think we see with the Yankees this month, and what will be your signs to prove that we aren't going to get into that funk? Now, before I wrap up today's video, let me just bring up to the screen a little bit this tweet from Joel Sherman. He sees Ryan Jeffers as the Yankees' top catching target and appears to be waiting for him to get healthy. But he also added that Adley Rutschman is not off the table. As we see here, Adley Rutschman trade is not out of the question, and believes Baltimore wouldn't be against it because they locked up Samuel Basalo. Now that is huge. If Rushman's on the table, you get Rushman, but if he's not, and the Orioles are gonna have a little bit of a higher price because you're in division and you're the New York Yankees, so they're not gonna give you him for nothing or some bottom feeders in the of your prospects, right? In the minor league system. But if he's not, Ryan Jeffers is a great addition. He's good against righties, good against lefties. You got to see what he does coming back from injury and how he looks. But ultimately, I think the Yankees are in a good spot, and I really like where we are. Pay attention to this series. June swoons upon us, and that's Lorenzo Scarabino signing off from the Yankees Den. Let's go Yankees.